Third round and I'm tired as hell by this point. Those first 2 rounds just felt like an eternity. It's the first time I'd ever fought with 5-minute rounds, and they just felt so much longer than 3-minute amateur rounds. Again, coming out, using that backhand, reaching out to pull out and stop his jab. Not as bouncy as that first round, really settled in, got a little bit of side-to-side movement, but a bit of pop's gone. He's still got power on his kicks. That block, you know, even though I get a few points of contact to it, I still feel it coming through. It still rocks me a bit. I'm going for that left uppercut again, one of my best shots of this fight. So yeah, I'm a bit in zombie mode here. Just reaching, hand fighting and staying in front of him. Doing little counter hooks, and he hits me with a good hook. He feints with his right, and then hits with a good hook. I hit with a body into a right hand. He hits with me with a left hook body and into a right low kick, and I give a good grin there. Really, it just made me think of Jose Aldo, which is why it made me grin. He starts piecing me up a little bit. He's hitting through. He's getting to me first. He goes body hook into head kick. Maybe trying the mix up there. I'm reaching again. He jabs me. He starts getting the better of me early in this round, but I think he makes a mistake here by shooting. He was starting to get the better of me, and he needed the knockout by this point. I'd won those first 2 rounds pretty big, but I sprawl, snap him down, feint the guillotine, and then circle round to the back. At this point, I'm just going to shuck him to his hands and look to free up my hand to strike. Not the biggest strike, and here's some weird stuff going on. As he's standing, I kind of grab, it's almost like a cradle, but wrong. I'm reaching round high crotch. It's not something I really drilled. I just see that the leg's bent and he's trying to stand, and it's just stopping him extending his leg as he tries to stand up. This isn't something I've drilled. It's not some great technique I'd thought of. It's just something in the fight that felt right. Whilst I was tired and a bit concussed, I thought, hey, I'll grab that. So it just forces him back down. I keep my head on his head, and I look to land the right hand. My hands were really sore at this point. For some reason, at this point in my career, I just didn't believe in hand wraps. I was deep into the karate law, all that Kuro Obi world stuff, and I just didn't believe in hand wraps. I thought, you're punching wrong if you need hand wraps. No, karate's great. It helped me bust him up, but it made my hands really sore. So anytime he tries to get up, he gets up to like a quad pod, he's on his hands and his feet. I'm just looking to shuck him back down. Shuck him back down, shuck him down, and then land a few punches. Not the biggest punches in the world, but I'm staying busy. Keeping my pressure on him. Kind of loose riding, not committing to any hooks. I didn't feel like I had the ability to commit to any hooks at this point, because I thought I'd just slip off. We're very slippy. There's blood. There's absolutely loads of sweat. It's really hot in there. He managed to get his guard back by pulling his elbow back through onto the single leg, and I let him back up. I knew I had good jiu-jitsu. For some reason, I didn't want to play with his guard. And he's got a good pace still. You know, he took some good shots, but he still had good pace. So what I did there, I switch into southpaw, circle towards his right leg. He throws the right kick, and I dart back in with a left straight. It's kind of like a pep step. So Willie Pep would do that. Circle towards the open side, and as he does, he switches into a southpaw, into the opposite stance, and suddenly what was his jab is now a power left straight. Look to grab this seatbelt, shuck him down, and then land a few punches. A little hammer fist. Again, not the biggest punches in the world. He's covering his legal targets well. I put that left knee across his shin, and this just helps me exert control and keep pressure. Very slippy. It's hard to shuck him. He brings his elbow back through, so I bring my left arm through and keep my elbow tight. That lets me sprawl. I trap the wrist on the other side. I keep good wrist control, and now I can land a few more strikes. Get this back body lock. I start to shuck him here. Whenever he quad pods up, I just shuck him back down to his hands and land a couple strikes. We've kind of done laps of the cage at this point. Boom, just put my hips in, send him back to his hands, he gets back up. I start to use a lot of energy there, because I know it's towards the end of the fight. No point saving energy in the last 30 seconds. I'm just kind of squatting on him, bearing my weight, looking for that chance to hit him with a punch. Again, he's pulling his elbow back through, he turns the other way, and he's in guard. I'll stand back because I don't want to get up-kicked. Do the laziest, lowest effort, low kick, and then follow with an okazemi. Okazemi just means pressuring someone as they're standing up. He goes for a little flying triangle, spinning elbow. He's pulling everything out the bag, credit to him. and I just jig around because I know it's the end of the fight. I'm just glad because those 5-minute rounds felt like eternity. That was really hard work. Some highlights from the fight. This was about a 6-8 punch combo, flowing into the punches and knees. That was a great head kick. That was the little pep step example I was on about. Switching to southpaw and then throw the left straight. What was your jab is now your power hand. And if they throw a right kick at the same time, I don't think it hurt him massively, but it's hard to keep your balance taking a left straight on one leg. There's the ref. Phil DeFries. What a bloke, Holt. Raising my hand. Good scrap, that.